Welcome to the Prescott Lab Podcast. Practical science for everyone. Let me ask you something personal. What if the seafood on your dinner plate, the same shrimp, crab, and scallops you've trusted for years, is slowly draining your strength? Not just your energy, but your ability to feel connected, to perform like the man you once were, to wake up ready for life, love, and everything in between. I know it sounds dramatic, but after 30 years in practice, I've seen the same quiet decline repeat itself in thousands of men. Not because they gave up, not because they stopped caring, but because no one ever told them the truth about what's really happening inside their blood vessels. Hi, I'm Dr. Jonathan Prescott, and today we're going to talk about something most doctors won't: the seafoods that sabotage circulation after 60, and the forgotten marine remedy that can help you get it back. So grab a seat, turn up the volume, and if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because what you're about to hear may just change the way you eat and the way you age. And hey, if this message hits home, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and tell me what you'd like to hear next. I read every one. Ready? Let's get into it. 1. The circulation crisis no one talks about after 60. Let me tell you about Robert. He's 67. Retired. Still sharp, still active. Watches his sugar, walks daily, reads the paper cover to cover. But when he sat down in my office, he looked defeated. "Doc, I'm doing everything right, but I still feel off, sluggish, and in the bedroom, I just don't feel like myself anymore." I hear this story all the time. Good men, disciplined, thoughtful, and still they're tired, disconnected, like something vital has quietly slipped away. It's not about willpower. It's not even about age. This is a circulation crisis, and hardly anyone's talking about it. After 60, your arteries, those highways of life, begin to stiffen. They narrow, and most importantly, your body produces far less nitric oxide, the molecule that tells blood vessels to relax and flow. That drop can reach 75%, and with it, blood flow slows everywhere it matters. That means cold hands and feet, afternoon fatigue that coffee won't fix, and during intimacy, your body doesn't rise to the moment like it once did. That's not weakness, that's biology. But here's what no one's saying. Your doctor may check your cholesterol, your sugar, your pressure, but who's checking your blood flow? Who's looking at your endothelium, that fragile inner lining of your arteries, the part that decides whether blood moves freely or not at all? Probably no one, but I will. Because when nitric oxide drops, when inflammation rises, when arteries tighten, everything slows. Your energy, your clarity, your confidence. Not because you gave up, but because your body's signaling for help. Now the good news, this is reversible. Your arteries can heal. Your nitric oxide can rise again. And yes, so can you. But before we talk about what works, you need to see what's making it worse. Because for many men, the problem starts right on the plate.
2. The 3 circulation-killing seafoods most older men still eat. Let's talk about the part no one expects. The foods that look healthy, but quietly choke off your circulation. When I first studied food and blood flow, I assumed what most people do. Seafood equals good. It's low fat, high protein, packed with minerals, What could go wrong? Well, a lot, actually. Take shrimp, for example. It's one of the most consumed seafoods in America, especially among older adults trying to eat clean. But just 3 ounces of shrimp carries nearly 180 milligrams of cholesterol. That's over half your daily limit in one sitting. Now, if you're 25 with a healthy liver and flexible arteries, that might not matter. But after 60, when cholesterol metabolism slows and arterial walls begin to stiffen, that shrimp cocktail can quietly fuel plaque buildup, restrict blood flow, and stiffen the very vessels you're trying to protect. And shrimp's not done messing with you. It also contains tropomyosin, a protein that's increasingly hard to digest with age. That's why so many men develop shellfish sensitivity later in life. It's not just getting old, it's immune system reactivity. Inflammation rises, gut health suffers, and over time, that impacts hormones, including the ones you rely on for drive, stamina, and sexual function. Worse still? Most shrimp today is farm-raised overseas, treated with antibiotics like oxytetracycline, banned in many countries. These residues can harm your gut microbiome, disrupt testosterone, and quietly fan the flames of systemic inflammation. Let's move to imitation crab, or what I call seafood in disguise. Imitation crab isn't crab at all. It's a paste of leftover fish, sugar, starch, and additives designed to look like the real thing. One serving can pack over 700 milligrams of sodium, and for aging kidneys, that's a heavy blow. Got high blood pressure? This can spike it. Struggling with fatigue or brain fog? That salt-sugar combo can tank your energy faster than white bread. And yes, studies show imitation crab raises blood sugar as fast. Now, for the one most men don't see coming. Scallops. Elegant, expensive, praised by chefs everywhere. But scallops are filter feeders, meaning they absorbed heavy metals straight from the ocean floor. One of the worst? Cadmium, a known kidney toxin. Cadmium accumulates. Once it's in, it stays. And if your kidneys are already working harder with age, which they are, that cadmium can slowly impair your ability to regulate blood pressure, filter waste, and balance minerals. And here's the ironic twist. Scallops are incredibly low in omega-3s. So while you're eating them thinking, this must be good for my heart, you're getting a fraction of the benefits you'd get from wild salmon or even oysters. Let me sum that up. Shrimp raises cholesterol, inflames the gut, weakens hormone health. Imitation crab spikes salt and sugar, damages metabolism. Scallops deliver heavy metals with hardly any nutritional return. These aren't bad foods in general, but for men over 60 with slower metabolism, fragile arteries, and shifting hormones, they can quietly push you toward the very problems you're trying to avoid. But here's the hope. Once you remove the wrong foods, your body can begin to heal. Blood vessels soften, energy returns, skin brightens, confidence grows. And in the next section, we'll talk about one marine food, often overlooked, often underestimated, that does the exact opposite. It doesn't take away your strength, it gives it back. 3.
The one seafood that rebuilds blood flow and revives intimacy. Let me take you to a place most people overlook. Not a pill, not a treatment, not another supplement promising miracles. I'm talking about something far simpler. A marine food. A plant, really. Quiet, unflashy, but deeply powerful. It's called sea moss, or Irish moss. You've probably heard of it, maybe seen it in health stores. But what you might not know is how profoundly it can support an aging male body. Not just for energy or immunity, but for circulation, intimacy, and vitality. When I first came across the research, I'll admit I was skeptical. But the data was clear. Sea moss contains over 90 trace minerals, magnesium, potassium, iodine, iron, the exact building blocks that many older bodies quietly run low on. And beyond that, it contains collagen precursors, nutrients your body uses to repair blood vessels, rebuild skin, and support connective tissue. But here's where it gets fascinating. Sea moss doesn't just give your body materials, it helps it function better. You remember nitric oxide, the molecule that helps blood vessels relax and expand? Sea moss helps support nitric oxide in two ways. One, by reducing inflammation in the delicate endothelial lining, that inner skin of your arteries. And two, by delivering bioavailable amino acids like proline and soluble fibers that heal the gut and calm immune reactivity. Let me tell you about Henry. He's 70, former contractor, sharp guy. He tried everything: L-arginine, testosterone therapy, even prescriptions. But the results were always temporary. So we tried something different. We cut out the circulation-killing foods, and we added just 1 tablespoon of sea moss gel into his morning routine. Within 2 weeks, his words, not mine, "My energy is coming back, I'm waking up rested, and my wife noticed before I did." That's the power of real food supporting real biology. Now, I'm not here to say sea moss is magic. It's not. But when you give your body the minerals, antioxidants, and gut healing support it's been starving for, things start working again, naturally, gently, fully. And there's more. Sea moss contains mucilage, a slippery, soothing fiber that coats the gut lining. Why does that matter? Because gut inflammation is one of the most overlooked reasons men over 60 feel drained, foggy, and hormonally out of sync. When your gut is inflamed, you don't absorb nutrients well. And when you can't absorb nutrients, you can't build testosterone, regulate blood sugar, or keep your heart strong. Sea moss helps heal the gut. It also balances sodium and potassium, supporting blood pressure, not by forcing it down, but by gently guiding it back into rhythm. And unlike fish oil or harsh supplements, sea moss is gentle. No fishy burps, no gut pain, no side effects. Just a smooth, natural gel you can stir into a smoothie, tea, soup, or take right off the spoon. How to use it? Simple. Rinse thoroughly, soak overnight, blend into a gel, store it in the fridge, then take 1 to 2 tablespoons per day. That's it. Here's what I love most. Sea moss doesn't just help blood flow. It helps men feel whole again. More energy, better sleep, stronger joints, calmer digestion, sharper mood. Because when circulation improves, everything improves. This is what healing looks like. Not a race back to youth, but a steady return to function, freedom, and connection. And it doesn't stop there. Because there's one more marine food, less known than sea moss, but rich in rare omega-3s, joint-supporting compounds, and anti-inflammatory nutrients, and it's been quietly changing the game for men over 60. Let's talk about it next.
4. Real patient story and actionable next steps. I want to share a story that still sticks with me. Leonard, 72 years old, former engineer, proud grandfather of 4. He sat across from me, not in pain, not in crisis, but heavy with something quieter. "Doc, I just want to feel like myself again. I'm not asking to feel 25. I just want to wake up with energy, to feel close with my wife, to feel like a man again." And let me tell you, I hear that same quiet ache in so many men. Not looking for miracles, just looking to come back to life. The truth is, Leonard's body wasn't broken. It was just missing support. So we made it simple. We removed the silent saboteurs, shrimp, scallops, imitation crab, all those seemingly healthy seafoods that were quietly inflaming his system, raising his cholesterol, and disrupting his circulation. And we added what his body was really asking for: sea moss daily, green-lipped mussels, rich in rare omega-3s, oysters, nature's multivitamin, more water, more movement, more rhythm. No pills, no gimmicks, no crash diets. Just the right fuel for the right time of life. And within weeks, he was sleeping deeper. His blood pressure leveled out. And when he walked into my office again, he smiled like a man who'd just gotten his edge back. He looked at me and said, "Not perfect, Doc, but I'm back. Back in my body, back in my life." And that's what this is all about. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about restoring function, waking up each day feeling alive in your own skin. So if you're sitting there wondering what to do next, here's where I'd start. 3 simple action steps you can take this week. Step 1. Cut out circulation-killing seafoods, shrimp, imitation crab, and scallops, just for 14 days. Notice how your body feels without them. Step 2. Add 1 tablespoon of sea moss gel daily. Make your own or find a clean, unflavored source. Take it in the morning, in a smoothie, in tea, or on its own. Step 3. Hydrate with intention. Start your day with a full glass of water and sip consistently. Your blood is over 90% water. If it's thick and slow, so's your circulation. And remember, you don't have to do everything at once, but do something. Because each small change is a message to your body. I'm ready to feel better again. Next up, we'll wrap this episode with a final message, one I hope stays with you long after the podcast ends.
5. Conclusion. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you. Not just for listening, but for caring enough to stay curious. Because what we talked about today is not just about seafood, it's about awakening. Awakening to the quiet habits that steal your strength, to the so-called healthy foods that aid your arteries and sap your energy, to the truth most men never hear, that poor circulation after 60 isn't just common, it's fixable. We started with the crisis, the slow decline in nitric oxide, in blood flow, in performance, in connection. Then we named the culprits: shrimp, imitation crab, scallops, foods that can look clean but quietly cloud your clarity. Then we turned the page to sea moss, simple, powerful, ancient, a plant that reminds your body how to repair, how to flow,
how to feel again. And we closed with a story not of perfection, but of progress. Leonard didn't chase youth. He reclaimed his rhythm. And that option is still open to you. So if something in this message spoke to you, don't just file it away. Act. Start small. Cut one thing. Add one thing. Send one signal to your body that says, I still care. I'm still here. And if you found value in today's episode, help us spread this message. Like the video. Share it with someone who needs it. Leave a comment below. I read every single one. Your story could be the nudge someone else needs to start healing. And if you'd like to support the channel to help us keep creating real, honest, science-backed content for men over 60, consider making a small donation. It means more than you know. Until next time, stay curious, stay strong, and remember, your best years don't live behind you. They live in the choices you make today.